Have you ever seen a thief? Hi kids, this is Auntie Mila. I'm so glad you came by. I have a story for you. It's called The Persian Rug Thief. And our verse is Matthew 6:20. It says, "Store your treasures in heaven, where thieves do not break through and steal." Yes, that's a good idea, isn't it? Well, Johnny asked his mom, "Mom, could we sleep on the terrace tonight? It's so hot in my bedroom." And Mom thought, well, that's a good idea. They lived in the Middle East, in a country that was very warm in the summer. And Mom said, that's a good idea. Oh, Johnny was excited. So he got his covers and his pillow, and Mom got her covers and pillow, and went out and on the terrace upstairs, and where it was nice and cool, and they both made a bed on the lounge chairs. And they were going to have a good night's sleep. Soon Johnny was fast asleep. And Mom fell asleep too. It was nice to go to sleep where they could look over and look at the stars. Do you like to sleep outside? Oh, it's fun. It's really fun. The air is so fresh and you cover up like this. Well, about 4 o'clock in the morning. Mom woke up.
What's that noise? Quick, let's come inside.
And there was some more noise. And then there was some crashing and some rustling and then running. And then, do you know what they heard? This is what they heard. They heard a whistle. It was the night watchman. He was blowing his whistle. There was a big commotion going on in the house right next door. And Johnny woke up and says, "Mom, what is it?" Mom said, "I don't know." And Daddy was in the bedroom just close by, and he got up. He didn't want to sleep outside. He said there were too many mosquitoes. And he came running out, and Mom was looking, and they all got up and were looking around, looking out this window and looking out that window. They heard running, and then they heard a gunshot go off, and they heard all kinds of things. And then they saw someone way up on top of a greenhouse next door. It was a glass greenhouse. And this man was walking on top, and all of a sudden they heard a crash. And then after a while they heard a crash. He had stepped on the glass, and the glass wasn't strong enough to hold him, and he just started falling down through the greenhouse. Someone was running for his life. Well, then everything was quiet. And Johnny said, "Daddy, what is it? What's the matter?" Daddy said, "Well, I think it's a thief. The people next door have a very big house, and I think there was a thief." And they waited and waited and waited, and all of a sudden they looked, and here came the police, and they had someone in handcuffs. And they were walking along the street right outside their house. And Daddy said, "Oh, looks like they caught the thief." After things settled down and the police were gone, the watchman was walking down below. And Johnny went over and said, "What was it? What was all that noise?" He said, "I got the whole story. It was a thief that had broken into the neighbors. And he had a key, a master key, and he opened every door. And he left the doors open so that he could steal and then go out those doors. But he had gotten in past 3 of the locked doors, and the servants there heard someone in the house. And they jumped up and they went running after him, and they were chasing him out of the house. And so the thief broke in, but he didn't get anything. And Mother said, what was he trying to steal? At this time in the morning, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. He said, oh, that was a very carefully planned plan. He was going to break in and he was going to steal some of their Persian rugs. Because those people had lots of Persian rugs. And there they would put their money, instead of in the bank, they'd put it in Persian rugs because the value would increase. And the older the rugs, the more valuable. And so the thief was going to steal those rugs at 4 o'clock in the morning, because if he carried it down the road at 4 o'clock in the morning, everyone would think that he was just going to the bazaar or the market and sell it, because the market opened at 5. So that's why he waited for 4 o'clock to break in to steal. But fortunately, he didn't get anything. And Johnny said, oh, that was so scary. And then, since it was still so early in the morning, Johnny said, well, I'm going to go back to bed. But he lay there. And he had so much adrenaline in him. He would get so excited that his mind was just going. He couldn't sleep. And so while he lay there and Mom lay beside him on her bed, she said, you know, there's a verse in the Bible. Remember I told you about it? There's a verse in the Bible that says, store up your treasures in heaven where thieves don't break through and steal. If we put our treasure in heaven, it's safe. And not only that, it builds a lot of interest. Yes. And so if we give to God, to God's church, He takes it and it's safe in heaven. Yes. So that's the story of the Persian rug thief that didn't get any Persian rugs. I want to pray. Dearest Father in heaven, thank you so much for your blessings. Lord, help us to lay up our treasures in heaven. We love you and thank you for protecting us for Jesus' sake. Amen.